The first few days of Animal Crossing New Horizons are centered around what you can't do more than what you can. After creating a character with your preferred body type, you're taken to a deserted island, joined by 2 random animals who will be your first neighbors. After a brief introduction by Tom Nook, you're named Resident Representative and sent out to find the perfect location for your new home. This is where you'll discover the game's first restriction. You can't explore your whole island right away. Initially, there are no bridges you can cross, and the rivers are too wide to jump. The vaulting pole and ladder we've seen in trailers leading up to the release aren't available from the start. And while you may not particularly like where you first set up shop, know that within a week or so of playing, you'll be able to relocate to your preferred spot. But to unlock that feature, you're going to have to work for it. While Animal Crossing is a series that has always prided itself on its open-ended nature, New Horizons is built around continuous progression. In past games, you've arrived in towns that have already been established. Here, everything is new. You'll start with just yourself, your 2 neighbors, Tom, Timmy, Tommy, and the Dodo brothers Orville and Wilbur, who run the airport. That's it. There's no museum, no Nook's Cranny, no shop for Sable and Mabel. To get all that and so much more, you'll need to complete tasks and collect items for crafting. Crafting is a key to everything in New Horizons. You'll craft just about everything you use, including your tools. These tools, it should be noted, are prone to breaking. Items with the word flimsy in the title are not long for this world, but as you continue building up your town, you'll learn new recipes that will enable you to craft stronger versions. To make those tools, you'll need the proper ingredients, and one of my favorite aspects of New Horizons is the crafting mechanic gives meaning to everything you can get in the game. Shaking trees drops branches you can turn into tools, and hitting rocks creates supplies you can use for metal or stoneworks. Even the empty tin cans, rubber boots, and tires you catch from the rivers and sea can find a second life here. Keep getting stung by bees? Why not collect their hives to craft a new wallpaper for yourself? That's just one of the recipes you can find in bottles washed up on the shore, purchased from Timmy or Tommy, received from neighbors, or buy with Nook Miles. Nook Miles are a new secondary currency to bells. You'll earn them through completing tasks or as a reward for certain activities in the game. Nearly everything you do on your island will count towards some task in the Nook Miles program. And while it's easy to rack up a lot of miles in the early days of the game, goalposts are moved each time you complete an activity. So if you complete one task that asks you to sell 50 weeds to Timmy and Tommy, the next one will ask you to sell 200, and then 1,000. To keep players earning miles more regularly, you can unlock Nook Miles Plus, which has a revolving set of tasks you can complete in a more immediate time frame, such as catch 10 fish or take a picture. The title of Resident Representative is more or less just the mayor from the last game, only with more control. You pick where your neighbors live, where shops go, where bridges and staircases are constructed, and eventually you'll be able to shape the interior of the island itself. But if you want to experience this and everything else New Horizons holds, you're going to have to be in it for the long haul. I believe this, more than any prior game in the series, is designed with the long-term player in mind. To even get to the same point where you start in Animal Crossing New Leaf in terms of what's available in your town, it's going to take a few weeks of dedicated play. If you're willy-nilly with how you go about this franchise, expect it to take some time to see mainstays like Blathers, Isabelle, or Celeste. But if you are in it to win it, I think you'll be excited with everything New Horizons has to offer. Pattern design is more relevant than ever with customizable furniture and a detailed clothing pattern creator. Outfits from Able Sisters are available in several colors when you use the dressing room, and you should always use the dressing room. Harvey has his own island where you can create dioramas using your island residents, Animal Crossing amiibo, or Animal Crossing amiibo cards, though some characters, such as Jingle, are ineligible. You can also use amiibo to invite characters to your campsite, however again, some characters are ineligible. Those who want to stay on the island will be able to so long as you have a house location available for them. Beyond that, it's the typical Animal Crossing experience, just far prettier. While it's not leaps and bounds above what we've seen before, outside of the museum, which is absolutely stunning, the small touches make all the difference. Wind and breeze rustle the trees, making the world feel alive. All of the island inhabitants have a soft fuzz about them, as if their old character models have been flocked. Characters are also more expressive and varied in their activities than before. I've come across impromptu a cappella groups, characters just racing around the town square, or sitting under a tree for a quick rest. However, I have yet to see any object interaction at the same level I've seen in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. And this island is a particularly welcoming place to express yourself. About a week into it, I waltzed into the Able Sisters shop and picked up a bright pink desert princess outfit that basically made me look like Princess Jasmine. At the beginning of the game, I went with the more masculine body type, but as soon as I put that frilly outfit on, all of my neighbors started complimenting my style. I know this isn't the first game in the series to eliminate gender-specific clothing, but I don't remember my neighbors being this supportive of my style choices in the past. It's all very positive, and along with the poses your character strikes when trying on clothes, this is easily the queerest the series has ever been. I've enjoyed so much of my time with New Horizons that I keep forgetting Nintendo is pushing the camping portion of the game as something big. In the trailers for it, you keep seeing people placing a bunch of furniture around their tent having not moved on to a house. Having played the game, it almost seems disingenuous to promote a feature that makes up only a small fraction of your first week in it. I was out of my tent by the second day on the island, and after about 5 days, there were no more tents anywhere to be seen. I actually do wish the developers had leaned as hard into the camping motif as the advertisers have, because there is a wonderful spirit of adventure that exists every time you hurdle over a river or climb up a hillside. It's the first game in the series to have a sense of exploration outside of just visiting another player's town, and I'm genuinely giddy each time I start it up and look around my island. I liked living in a tent, even if it was small, because of how it added to the genuine feeling of being in a new world. But it can feel like you're pushed to get out of that tent as soon as possible because island progression is impossible without 4 walls and a roof. It's difficult to give a comprehensive verdict on Animal Crossing New Horizons with only a few weeks in the game. There is still so much we don't know about it, including how in-game purchases will be ultimately incorporated. But based on what I have been able to experience, it's what I've wanted Animal Crossing to be for many years. While it fumbles its camping-inspired opening, New Horizons makes a nice recovery with a real sense of purpose and drive that will have me starting it up each and every day. For more reviews, previews, and other gaming news, be sure to check out Destructoid.com.